What's going on, Dean? Thanks for hopping on. What's going on, Grace? What's going on, Dan? Devin, Hayden, good to see you guys. Hit the gym, get gains. Go, Pack, go. Junior, what's up? What is going on, everybody? I am Rob Westerman, the third of GBP Daily, and welcome to the Rob Westerman Show. You can find me all over social media at GBP Daily. And if you are not already, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like the video, throw down a comment. It really helps my channel be seen across YouTube. I really appreciate that. It is Wednesday, September 11th, and we are full-fledged into week 2 of the NFL season for the Pack. It hasn't gone as we would have necessarily wanted it to, but that's how it always goes. Malik Willis is a starter at quarterback, which if you would have told me that even just 2-3 weeks ago when he wasn't even on the roster, I probably would have laughed in your face, but here we are. So I would have not believed you. That's for sure. Jordan's going to probably miss for sure this weekend, probably next weekend with his MCL sprain. And just maybe he'll be good enough to go week 4 when we play the Vikings back home in Lambeau. Excuse me. There hasn't been a ton of news coming out about Jordan since the initial 3 to 6 week timeline. So we'll have to monitor all the little nuances and press conferences from the coaches to see if we can gauge where he really is in his recovery. So anyways, it's week 2. We got the Colts coming to town on Sunday, for a noon game at Lambeau Field. There's about a 40% chance of rain for Sunday's game. So let's cross our fingers here that misses us, because I would like to see a game where the guys are not slipping all over the field like we saw last Friday night. So I felt like that impacted so many plays. Jordan Love couldn't get his footing when he's setting up in the backfield. I saw a play yesterday where Saquon scored that touchdown, that receiving touchdown early on. Xavier McKinney slipped right as he was breaking towards Saquon. And if he wouldn't have slipped, it seems like he was going to either bat that pass down or even better, maybe intercept the ball. So, yeah, we'll see. Let's cross our fingers for some good weather for us up in Lambeau on Sunday. What's going on, everybody in the chat? Hope your Wednesday is off to a great start. I know mine is. Was up early, grabbed a workout, got that done, and now here to talk some Packers with you guys. So throw some comments down in the comments section, and I will get to as many as I can. Jake over on X starting us off. Good morning from Salt Lake City. Go Pack Go. Go Pack Go, Jake. Thanks for hopping in, man. Appreciate you tuning in. I'm live every morning right around this time. So, join me. Talk some Packers. Dave over on YouTube. Sup, Rob? What's going on, Dave? Good to see you, man. Hope your Wednesday is off to a fantastic start. Man, Hayden, the Cobb jersey goes hard. Appreciate that, brother. That was from a signing up in Appleton. So, yeah, I got to meet Cobby for you know how those signings go, maybe a minute. Didn't talk too much, just had him sign the jersey, said thank you. He said appreciate the support, and off I went. Junior, good morning, bro. Good morning, Junior. Good to see you. I think we should run the ball more with Malik. I agree. Hopefully we can run the ball more with Josh Jacobs and Malik as a little tandem back there. Malik Willis is a big dude, so he'll be hard to bring down for sure. Peyton, what's going on, man? Play action, play action, play action. Let's go. Yeah, got to get that run game rolling. Play action works whether the run game is working or not. So play action. I like it. I like it. Do some read options with Malik as well. He's quick, isn't he? Well, he's big, and he's known for running the ball a decent amount. So hopefully we can get that rolling early on. I'm excited to see it. Something different. We haven't seen read option used very much, if at all, over the last, how many years? 20, 30 years. So I know Jordan did score last season. One comes to mind in the home opener against the Saints, which I was at on the read option on 4th down, I believe it was, to either take the lead or get within one score. I can't remember exactly. Might have had a few Long Islands during that game for sure. So, Nick, over on YouTube, go Pat, go. Nick, thanks for hopping on YouTube, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. Hope your Wednesday's off to a great start. What else we got? Garrett, I'm feeling surprisingly comfortable with Malik at quarterback for this Sunday's game. Garrett, I am with you. For some reason, yeah, I feel like just having so many weapons outside of the quarterback position and that being really different from the Packers teams over the last decade, I feel like that gives Malik a little bit less pressure as far as what the Colts are going to throw at him. So with our Rodgers teams, it seems like we had, at least in the latter half, just Devontae, Aaron Jones, and then, kind of a plethora of a bunch of wide receiver 2 or 3 guys that, didn't necessarily show up on a consistent basis. So compare that to, what we have now, 4 legit wide receiver weapons, 2 tight ends who are different. Josh Jacobs, of course, at running back. I feel like that is a lot more to worry about as far as a Colts perspective. So hopefully Malik can keep the ball out of harm's way and, make the right reads and get the offense moving down the field a little bit. So, Garrett, thanks for hopping in, man. I appreciate you. Happy Wednesday. Newton. Bears fans are really excited after their win over the Titans. Makes me laugh, Newton says. Yeah, well, Newton, I will say this. As much as it pains me, at least they found a way to win. I got to give some credit to where it is due. Most of that not due to the offensive side of the ball. Caleb Williams didn't have a great day. The offense as a whole didn't score a touchdown the entire game. But they won and we didn't. So, which pains me because we had every opportunity you could have asked for last Friday night, but we couldn't stop shooting ourselves in the foot whenever we got close to the end zone. So Bears are heading down to Houston, though, to play the Texans. So hopefully they will drop that one, maybe bring them back down to earth a little bit. We'll see, though. We will see. That'll be a good game to watch. Thank you. Thank you, Newton, for hopping in, man. Happy Wednesday. Let's see what we got here. Dave over on YouTube, you think we can contain or attack AR this week? Well, last week he didn't have, he had 3 bomb throws, which were insane. I'm sure you all saw the 57 to 60 yard bomb touchdown pretty much to start the game for him against the Texans last week. He had 2 more of those, which is nuts. And outside of those 3 big plays he completed, I think he only completed 6 other passes the entire game. So he was 9 for, I don't remember exactly how many attempts, but he completed 9 passes. So stop the big play, and I don't think we'll have a ton to worry about. You also got Jonathan Taylor back there. So, yeah, I think I hope the emphasis is on no big plays and containing him in the pocket, just like we did Jalen Hurts last week. Did a great job of containing Jalen Hurts. It just didn't go our way, did it? So, Dave, appreciate you, man. Tuning in over on YouTube. What else we got? Marcus, how are we feeling about the Josh Jacobs debut? I couldn't help but notice Aaron Jones had 100-plus total yards and a touchdown for the Vikings, Marcus says. Yeah, I couldn't help but notice that either. Yeah, Aaron looked pretty good over there in purple, which is just it's gross. I'll start by saying this. I hope Aaron Jones has a great year for the Vikes while also hoping they lose every game. Now, that's not off to a great start as far as that goes. He had a good game, and he helped the Vikings get a win. But I will say this, all in all, they were playing the Giants. So I'm not trying to take anything away from the Vikings just because, they don't get to choose who they play. And, they don't make the schedule. But they show up, they play who they're scheduled to play against. And, yeah, they ended up getting a win, pretty handedly a win at that 24-6, if I remember correctly. But until they play somebody decent, maybe I'll start showing a little more respect as far as Minnesota goes. But they play the 49ers this week, so we'll see how they match up against an actual team. But, yes, Aaron Jones did look pretty good for the Vikings. To the Josh Jacobs part of your question, I think he had I think he had a solid debut. 16 rushes, 84 yards, averaged over 5 yards a rush. Early on, it was tough, but I feel like our offensive line couldn't get a ton of movement going against the Eagles' defensive front, which is really good. And you throw in the slippery field, and you're asking for trouble, which is what was going on early in that game. So it didn't seem like they could get anything going on the ground. But as I told my wife early on in last Friday's game, I said, keep carrying it, keep rushing it, and eventually you're going to start churning out yards, which is exactly what happened. So no, not trying to toot my own horn here, but I'm sure everybody else was saying the same thing. But so yeah, 16 rushes, 84 yards, averaged over 5 yards to carry. I'll take that every single game. So throwing a touchdown in there, that'd be a little nice. Maybe convert that 2-point conversion, which was from the 1 yard line. Like, come on, man, you can't get a yard. Not necessarily Josh Jacobs. I'm talking about the offense as a whole, but man, as I said in yesterday's show, the missed field goal by Narveson from 43 yards, and then the missed or the failed 2-point conversion. There's the 5 points you lost by right there. You throw in a couple other things like the field goal after field goal instead of scoring touchdowns. Yeah, pretty disappointing. So, but we're on to week 2. We're 0-1. There's nothing we can do about it. But yeah, anyways, Marcus, thank you for the question, man. Hope you have a great Wednesday. Dave, firing back. I couldn't help but see that we were a top rushing per attempt team this past week. Check the numbers. Check it out. That's what I'm talking about, Dave. I like it. Yeah, we were going up against the Eagles. So as I just said, they're an actual team. The Giants, man. I thought the Giants would be, bad, but they looked awful. And Daniel Jones looked. I don't know how you get worse from how he was before he signed the contract, and then signed that monster contract, and somehow he's getting worse. And yeah, the Giants are just a mess. So similar to the Titans, at least in week 1, they were an absolute mess. So Dave, thanks for coming to the defense of our beloved Packers. Haley, hoping to see more of Wicks this week. Felt like he didn't do much against Philly. Well, Haley, you feel that way because, yeah, he did next to nothing as far as the receiving game. I haven't really looked at a ton of tape as far as his blocking. But, yeah, 0 catches, 0 yards. Also had a drop in there. Just a rough game from Dontavian Wicks as far as didn't get a ton of opportunities also, but Wicks makes his money with his routes and playing on a surface that you can't get any footing whatsoever. Makes it hard for him to kind of lean into that. So hopefully this Sunday inside Lambeau Field will have better conditions for him to be able to, do what he's good at, and that's winning with technique. So, yeah, Haley didn't do a whole lot. That's just kind of how it goes sometimes. And that's what will happen this year is, Jaden Reed will go off 1 week, and then, someone else is going to go off. There's so many weapons in the receiving game that you got to take turns, right? So, Haley, thank you for the question. Peyton, Shelly had 3 drops, I think. Thank you for the correction. I'll take you for your word at that. I just remember the one that came to mind. I was also pretty emotionally invested to where I pay attention to as much as I can, but that game was frustrating to watch. So, Peyton, more end arounds with Reed, please. Yeah, well, that was pretty nice, huh? Had 1 rush, 1 touchdown that went for 33 yards. Absolutely love to see it. I'd like to see some end arounds with Christian too. I wouldn't mind that one bit. All right, it is time for the fact of the day, brought to you by TickPick. They guarantee the lowest prices on Packers tickets, and even better, if you find tickets that are somehow cheaper than what they've got them at, TickPick will give you 110% of your money back. If you want $20 off your next ticket order, use the code Packers20 at checkout in the TickPick app for $20 off. Packers20. Simple as that. That can only be used in the app, so be sure to download the app with the season coming up. Fact of the day is this. With 135 victories From 2006 to 2008, former Packers head coach Mike McCarthy is second to Curly Lambeau, who has 212 wins among head coaches in Packers history. So, yeah, Mike McCarthy's second in franchise history in wins with 135, only to Curly Lambeau, who has an astonishing 212 wins, which is just nuts. I suppose that's why the field is named after Lambeau, right? At least part of the reason. Curly Lambeau, the founder, one of the founders of the Green Bay Packers. That's a good one. That's a good one. Mike, I feel like Mike didn't really get the love he deserved on his way out. I remember the day playing the Cardinals in a game you should have won. Weather was absolutely nasty at Lambeau Field. And I think Mason Crosby missed a game-tying field goal with, I think we lost 17-14 or 2017, something like that. And then, boom, something the Packers usually never, I don't think have ever done, fire a coach during the season. They've probably done it a couple of times, just nothing recently. Mike McCarthy gone after that game. And then the legendary Joe Philbin filling in for the rest of the season, which was pretty uneventful. Mike McCarthy, who has a street named after him in Green Bay, Mike McCarthy Way, is second all-time in victories in Packers history. So, yeah, big shout-out to TickPick for sponsoring the Packers Fact of the Day. I've used them. I would never promote something that I'm not 100% on board with personally. So download the app. Use the code Packers20 for $20 off. One last one here before I head out of here. Durant is in the chat, and he says, I know who the number one receiver is on the Packers, and it's the guy that's open. Bingo. Bingo, Durant. That's a perfect one to end on. That's going to do it for me today as far as the show goes. But as you know, the content never stops. I'm posting everything Packers related all day long on social media. All the social channels at GBP Daily, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. What else? What else am I missing? Is that all of them? Probably. So, also, if you're not already, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like the video, throw a comment down. It helps the channel be seen across YouTube. So, I would greatly appreciate that. I'll be back and at it again tomorrow, talking Packers with you guys. So, I look forward to seeing you then. And until then, I will catch you guys later. Thank you.